Hey guys, Darkest Entity here, and in today's video I'm gonna show you how I do my Toy Bonnie makeup. It's a little bit of a tutorial slash the steps, whatever you want to call it, but I'm basically gonna be going through how I do my makeup for him. I've been cosplaying him for many years now. He was actually my very first cosplay, and so his makeup has greatly changed over the years, so I'm gonna show you my most recent version of it. Just kind of before the video starts, I apologize for the sound quality in this room, or if you hear stuff like cars and dogs from outside. I apologize. I needed to do this video in the daytime because of the natural light, so usually I would do it in the quiet of the night, but lighting. I'm also not sure how well this video is going to go because I'm a little blind. I'm supposed to be wearing glasses, but I don't. So I might need to get a little close to the mirror for my makeup, so just kind of bear with me throughout the video. I'll learn as time goes on, and yeah. So without further ado, let's get to the makeup. This is the brush I'll be using for most of the makeup routine. I'm first going to grab the Take Me Back to Brazil palette and use that bottommost purple to put it on my eyelid. Now I'm going to cover my entire eyelid, but I'm not going to make it super dark because I will be using other purples later on. It is also good to note that I don't use foundation, concealers, primers, I don't contour my face, so if you're someone or a cosplayer who does that as a part of their makeup routine, do that before following this video. Next, I'm going to grab the purple right above that, and I'm going to add that onto the mix as well. Next, I'm going to grab that topmost purple and then put that on there as well. Once you got one eye done, make sure to do the other eye, and then I'm going to grab the Zodiac palette, and I'm going to use these bottom two purples here to also kind of blend and layer into the purple that I have going. It doesn't entirely matter which order you do them in, whether you do the dark or the light first, you're going to add both of them on eventually, and it kind of just depends on whether or not you want a lighter purple or a darker purple, and then obviously you're going to do it to the other eye as well. Because I'm using the same brush, I'm going to clean it. Then I'm going to use the flip side, which is an angled brush head, go into the Zodiac palette and grab this kind of whitish silvery color, and I'm going to line around the purple on the top of my eye and then go under my lash line with it as well. This is because Toy Bonnie has white around his eyes, and I'm going to recreate that in my makeup look. I will be layering a few different whites and silvers to kind of make it stand out more. I've noticed that this doesn't really stand out on camera too well depending on the lighting and the camera, but layering it helps it stand out in person. I grabbed the wrong palette here. It's optional to use that white, but I'm actually going to go to the Aurora Borealis palette, and I'm going to use the white on the top right corner. You can also use the silver in the middle. It kind of depends on how layered you want it and whether or not you want it more white or more silver. I go with more white, so I use just the white in that, and I kind of really cake that on. Now, the Aurora Borealis palette is a pressed pigment palette, so it doesn't blend super well, but it does stand out extraordinarily well. I actually put a little too much on the inner corner of my eye, and I couldn't really blend it out, so I just kind of did this heavier than I usually would, which obviously works because then it shows up on camera more, and it kind of just depends on what you want to do. Of course, what you do to one eye, do to the other. Then I'm going to move on to the nose. I'm going to grab the Take Me Back to Brazil palette and use this black right down here. I'm basically telling you to use just a little bit because a little goes a long way with this black. I've used a lot in the past. I've really layered it on the brush, and I kind of definitely regretted that. But basically, you're going to just kind of follow the natural lining of your nose, I guess. I just kind of use the brush and I set it on one side of my nose and then just kind of drag it to the middle and do the same on the opposite side, and then I just layer the black on to make it really stand out. But the only thing I really do is kind of shape the corner to make it rounded, but other than that, I follow pretty much my natural nose and the kind of line that it gives me. Now, obviously, you want to make sure that both sides are even or as even as possible, and then you're just gonna kind of build upon that and layer it as you will, and then just kind of follow the underside of your nose, and that is going to create the rabbit-styled nose. Next, I'm going to draw the line that goes from my nose down to my mouth using a different angled brush, one that's a little bit thinner, and then I just use that same black to layer that down. Next, I'm going to grab a basic red grease paint that you can just get from any like Halloween costume shop. I use my fingers and I use that red grease paint to kind of follow my natural cheeks and make the red circles on Toy Bonnie's animatronic design. Now, I do this on both sides and just kind of layer and mess with as I need, and then we're going to move on to the top of my lip where I use a Jeffree Star matte liquid lipstick in the shade Weirdo, which is black, and I just basically do the top of my lip with the lipstick. Next, and it's at this point I realized I forgot a step, I'm going to grab that thin angular brush and I'm going to smile and then use the black from the Take Me Back to Brazil palette and kind of line and make a little triangle on the inner corners of my mouth. This extends the smile a little bit. It's a trick that a lot of cosplayers do. It gives a cool effect, and then it kind of just points out the top of my lip and makes it look a little creepier when I smile. Next, I'm going to grab that same brush, same black, and I'm going to smile and start at the bottom of my lip and drag down so that it naturally creates the animatronic jaw, and then I'm going to grab a CoverGirl regular black eyeliner, and that's where I add the animatronic bolts. Next, I'm going to go to the top of my lip and then add 3 more dots right there, and just kind of layer and mess with it as you need to make it dark. This is pretty much as far as I go and everything that I do, and from here on, it's basically just wig, ears, costume, and voila. This is basically him. Alright, yes, so here's the final Toy Bonnie. Got my bow, my shirt, my vest that's a little big for me, wig, earsies, floppy earsies. Got everything all together, and this is the look. Yeah. If you want to see any other makeup tutorials, comment down below. Otherwise, I do plan on doing a Sal at some point. But yeah, just let me know what you want to see. I'm going to be trying to upload more videos here soon, as this is my first. Hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully it helped. I don't know. But have a good day.